Hey guys, it's Saturn here, and welcome to my Pokemon Reboot Theory Part 5, which is actually, technically, Part 1, but it's a continue-on from Lockstin and Gnoggin's theory, with some points that he may not have mentioned. It's all to do with Lockstin and Ultramoon, and I'll introduce you to the point of this one. Okay, so what we're going to be focusing on today is all to do with Team Rainbow Rocket and the eventual Team Necro Galactic. Oh, by the way, this logo is just something I did in PowerPoint. It's not that hard to create. So anyway, when 7 become 1, a very prominent line within the series, and Lockstin thought it was the 7 generations, being Gen 1 to 7, from Red and Blue to Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun and Ultramoon as we are now. But actually, I think it's the 7 evil team leaders. I know you can only see 6 here, but I'll be going on to that in a second. So we've got Archie, Maxie, Cyrus, Lysander, Getsis, and Giovanni. Team Rainbow Rocket. Team Rainbow has 7 colours. Coincidence? Possibly. But I don't think so. Which is why I'm going to go on to this. Luzamine, Saturn, and Faber. 3 very likely people to be the 7th person in Team Rainbow Rocket. Luzamine, the person who they tried to hypnotize to turn into a member of Team Rainbow Rocket. Saturn has a lot of alchemical value as it is, and also is an intern boss for Cyrus, whilst even though after Cyrus's disappearance. And Faber, the person who facilitates Team Rainbow Rocket in the Ether Paradise. We'll go on to a bit more about why they're in Ether Paradise in a bit. But it doesn't matter which one you think out of these 3 it is just definitely one of them. Or it might be someone else. We'll go on to that in a second. But continuing on, I said that Saturn had some sort of alchemical value as it is, didn't I? Well, I'll tell you now that Arceus is the path to Saturn. This has nothing to do with my name. This is legitimate stuff that I found within Lockstin's video. This had nothing to do with the creation of my name. I actually only found this out yesterday, and if you know that my channel has been called this since December last year, so it's been a year now that I've had this channel name, nearly. I think it was just the day before Christmas, I think. I'll check later. But anyway, Arceus is the pathway to Saturn. This could hold some value. Arceus could have something to do. Team Galactic could be some very prominent villains in the Switch game. But anyway, let's not disregard some of the other things that he's mentioned, like this and this. This is all still possible. All of it. It's not been disproven. It's not like the Pokemon Company have gone and said, oh, the fact that Rowlet doesn't mean the Earth, Litten doesn't mean fire, and Popplio doesn't mean mercury or water, Rockruff doesn't mean lead, but I think that they are slightly wrong, this image. This is what I think. Here we have the 5 alchemical, really, properly alchemical values. And this is what I wanted to discuss. Each of the starters, as well as Rockruff, hold something, as well as the Ether Foundation, which we'll come on to in a second. Fire for Litten, air for Rowlet, and water for Popplio. These all make sense. You may be questioning me why Rowlet will get air rather than earth. Well, it's a flying type, and earth would go to Rockruff, being a rock type. It would make more sense if it was a ground type, but I'm still going to go with it. And then we have Ether. All that is, perfect balance. Azoth. AKA the Ether Foundation. Literally, their logo is meant to fit inside the symbol for Ether in alchemy. And where does Team Rainbow Rocket reside? Ether Paradise. Can't be a coincidence, surely. And these 3 members of Team Rainbow Rocket have a lot to do with Azoth, as it is. Archie and Maxie in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you can find books about Project Azoth in their base. And Lysander, he's trying to destroy and recreate the world. Death and rebirth. Basically, Azoth. Now, next up is Pokemon the movie, Volcanion the Mechanical Marvel, which has a lot to do with possibleness, with it being Magina, the Soul Heart, and the Azoth Kingdom, as well as Arla, the final candidate for the 7th member of Team Rainbow Rocket. Now, while he hasn't been shown in the games, he had a very prominent part of the movie, which had a lot to do with the Kalos region, I know, but a lot to do with the Azoth region. Well, not Azoth region, Azoth Kingdom, I should say. So, this person has a diamond-like Z ring. Well, Z crystal. It looks like a Z crystal, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's a Mega Stone, but it looks like a Z crystal. We still don't know that this could be some sort of random Z crystal form Mega Stone. I don't know. But it seems interesting. And I'm quite interested in it. Okay, these 3 images are going to come up on your screen, coming up now. These 3 are the possibilities for the future of Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. The 3 games that are most likely to come out in 2018. The Pokemon Gen 4 remakes or sequels, Red and Blue remakes or sequels, or a new generation in general. But there is another common thing that you could see, possibly. Another game set in Alola, featuring Marshadow or Zeraora, possibly. Now, why am I saying that there could be another game set in Alola after we've just had 2? Well, we still have yet to get confirmation that Team Rainbow Rocket isn't disbanded, okay? Remember that they're not disbanded, they've just returned to their regions, temporarily, to their universes. But we don't know, they could come back with the 7th member. We don't know. But now I'd like to discuss the 4 villains' teams, along with everybody else's. Now, why haven't I got a picture of Luzamine is just generally because, well, I don't think, I'm starting to think that it's possibly, that she's the least likely to be in it. I know Saturn seems really unlikely, but it's possible. Let's start off with Giovanni, who has a Mewtwo, which Mega evolves into Mega X or Mega Y. I have a theory coming out on these 2 Mega Evolutions later, but he definitely Mega Evolves them. Next up we have Archie with Kyogre. He didn't Prime Reverse it in Ultra Sun Nocturne, but it's definitely possible that he could in a future game. And if he does, then that could also possibly recreate a bit more of, well, it could create a bit more of a challenge, really, couldn't it? Same goes for Maxie with his Groudon. Prime Reverse it in a future game. Next up is Cyrus, the leader of Team Galactic, who uses Dialga or Palkia, depending on which version you got. So basically, if you're playing Ultra Sun, you'll have to battle Dialga, and if you're playing Ultra Moon, Palkia. So it's basically what I'm saying is if you're playing Ultra Moon, bring an Electric type, and if you're playing Ultra Sun, bring a Fire type. I don't know how effective they'll be, but they'll be better than nothing. Not finally, but next up we have Ghetsis, who will use either Reshiram or Zekrom. Right, here's a bit of a rant. Why on earth is he using Reshiram or Zekrom over Curran? When N called Reshiram/Zekrom, and the player from Black and White called Reshiram/Zekrom. I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, the player from Black and White wasn't there. Well, actually, he was. Because clearly, this is the Ghetsis from Black and White too. I know Toby said it isn't, but it is. Proof. Colress interacts. Colress was a new character introduced in Black and White 2. I don't know how I can put it any more clearly. So, you know how when you defeat N in Black and White 2 with his Reshiram or Zekrom, depending on which version you're battling, because I did White and White 2. So, what if he gives you the... you know how he gives you the Light Stone or Dark Stone? What if he gives Ghetsis the Light or Dark Stone? That's why he has it. Debunked. Anyway, Lysander as our final, well, not final, but Next person. Final person that was in Team Rainbow Rocket in Ultra and Ultramoon. Uses Xerneas or Evoltal, depending on the version. Faber. Zeraora. Okay. First of all, I'd like to shout out TKPT/TKPTVN for both artworks of Zeraora. There will be a link in the description to his DeviantArt. Okay? So anyway, as I was saying, why wouldn't he use... There are 3 Psychic-type legendaries in the Alola region. He is a specialist of Psychic types. Why not give him one of those? Because Faber is the only one to come from this universe. Meaning that he would have one that hasn't already been caught. And we know that Elio has already caught Solgaleo or Lunala. Celine has caught Solgaleo or Lunala, basically Sun and Moon. And Ray, the character from Ultra Sun and Ultramoon, we know that it's Ray, because you know how Rotom called him Roto R? Well, he calls me Roto S, because I call myself Saturn within the Pokemon games. Roto R standing for Roto Ray. Okay? So that's just what it is. So Ray catches Necrozma. We know this. This is confirmed. So, he encounters, let's just say he encounters Marshadow in whatever next game there is. But he encounters Zeraora, and he's never seen it before. So he catches it. Doesn't seem too mad to me. Next up is Arla, and I think it's pretty simple what he's going to have. He's going to have Magearna. However, he may also have a Volcanion. I know, leave it up to you. I personally think he'll have a Magearna. Luzamine, quite obviously, well, if you don't get this, then, well, I'm very disappointed. But I believe that Luzamine should possibly have a Nihilego. Nihilego, I have no idea, but I think I call it Nihilego, or Nihilego. And I'm just thinking that it would make a lot of sense for her to have it, because while she didn't fuse with it in Ultra and Ultramoon, she did in Sun and Moon, and that was what her goal was, really, wasn't it? Or to stop Necrozma. But that wouldn't, but if she's also from this universe, then it would make sense for her to have Nihilego, wouldn't it? Anyway. Myself, aka Saturn, would use not Dialga or Palkia, because Cyrus has those. Not Giratina, because Cyrus should have it. Not Cresselia, because it wouldn't make much sense. Not Darkrai, because, well, I would give him Darkrai and Undercrozen if I had the choice, but I don't. Because it's alchemy. Heatran, nah. Regigigas, nah. This is alchemy here. Arceus. This has nothing to do with my name. If you don't know, then my favourite Pokemon is actually, hang on, I've just screwed up. My favourite Pokemon is actually Umbreon. Sorry for that little screw up there, but, you know. My favourite Pokemon is Umbreon, which evolves from Eevee, and it's a Dark type, and, oh, Umbreon's amazing. So, I haven't chosen Arceus because it's my favourite Pokemon, because, well, Arceus and Umbreon are both our channel mascots, kind of. I'd just like to put that out there here. And so, and I just wanted one that sounded unique, because I have I've seen no channel that has Arceus as its mascot. Yeah, that's right. Okay, actually that's not true, I've seen one, Almighty Arceus, but that's it. Really? There's just 2 of us? And both of us, I believe he does, because he seems to have more than one, has more than one mascot, so you know. Anyway. Continuing on. The Ether. We know this from Lockstin's videos, but the Ether is up here. Then there's the Arceus, or the Arceus. And then there's the Pokemon world. Think about all of that. The Ether is above Arceus. We are below it. The Ether Foundation came down to our world. There's no denying it. And the Ether Foundation tried to recreate God, a stronger God, in Silvally, but it failed, and so they had to put a mask on it to create Type Null. But one of the Ether Foundation members, Gladion, managed to evolve his Type Null into a Silvally. Also, by the way, Gladion, it doesn't matter. I call it Gladion, sometimes I call him Gladion, but it's mainly Gladion for me. But anyway, Silvally is confirmed to be a beast killer. And if they come from above, that means the Ultra Beasts. Ultra Beasts are definitely deadly. The Ether Foundation even say that they're supposed to be protecting our world. Look, they're protecting our world from the Ultra Beasts. But where do the Ultra Beasts fit? They're protecting their world just as much as they are ours. The Ultra Beasts live in the same dimensional plane as the Ether Foundation. And they're breaking through into the Ether Foundation's universe and into our universe through the Arceus. Yeah, pretty deep stuff. But anyway, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed. This is the end of our video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't feel you have to. It's just an optional thing you can do to stay with the channel. And if you do subscribe, I honestly suggest you hit the bell next to it, because it will tell you whenever we're uploading. And it helps, really, because I am trying to work on my quality of my content. And I have based, by the way, I don't know whether you've seen it, but you hopefully have. My thumbnail is based off of this one that we've got down in the bottom here. This is no way a copy of Lockstin's video. This is just a sequel to it. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.